Hello everyone, I am Mary Sjctnc-Mrs.C.Mary. I am working as an assistant professor in St.Joseph College of Arts and Science, Cuddalore. In this presentation, I am going to discuss with you about the topic tuple in Python. First, let us see the introduction to tuple. A tuple is one of the data structure supported by Python. It is a collection of values. A tuple can contain more than one values and each values can have different data types. That is, one value can be integer, float, string, boolean, likewise. And each values are separated with comma. A tuple objects are immutable. Immutable means once we have created the tuple, we cannot make any changes. That is, we cannot add any new elements or we cannot delete elements from the tuple. And tuple elements are indexed. That is, the first element has the index 0 and the second element has 1 and the next element has 2. Likewise, it goes on increasing. And tuple is created using parenthesis. We can call this parenthesis as round bracket also. So, tuple is created using this round bracket. Next, let us see the syntax for creating the tuple. So, first we have to mention the tuple name. Then, we need to use the round bracket and gives the values and we have to close the bracket. Using this line, we can create the tuple. Example for creation is, we are giving the tuple name as student details and we are storing 6 values in the tuple. When we print the tuple, we can get the output, all the values which is stored in the tuple. Now, let's move on to accessing the tuple values. We can access the tuple values using their index. And these are the 3 methods we can use to access the elements in the tuple. And the first method is, we have to give the tuple name and within the square bracket we need to mention the index value. And the positive index means it is going to access the value from beginning to the end. If we give the index value in the negative means it is going to access the values from the back. And in this method we have mentioned the range, the start value and the stop value. So first 2 methods will access the single value, but this third method, using the third method, we can access the range of values. That is, more than one values we can access at a time. See, in this example, we are creating one tuple and the tuple name is numbers and we are storing 6 values in the tuple. Now, how to access these values means, we are asking it to print the values which is in the index value 3. So, we need to mention the print statement and the name of the tuple is numbers and we are giving the index in the square bracket. So, this statement will print the value which is in the third index. So, we know that the index value starts from 0. So, 0, 1, 2, 3. So, this 40 will be printed in as the output. In the second print statement, we are giving the negative index. We mentioning the name of the tuple and the negative index. We know that the negative index means it will access the values from the back. So, -1, -2. So, we get the output as 50. Here we are mentioning the range. It will start from index 1 and it will continue till the 4th length. Here it is not index, it is the length. That is, length means it will start from 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 means length. The first value is index. So, the index value 1 is 20. So, it will print only the 3 values from index 1 to length 4. So, we get the output as 20, 0, 40. Now, let's move on to updating elements in tuple. We have seen how to access the elements. Now we are going to see how to update the elements in the tuple. in the introduction we have seen the tuple element is mutable, that is it cannot be changed. But what we can do is we can extract the values using their index and we can form another tuple, or we can make modifications, like we can extract the values from the tuple and we can multiply with some numbers or add with some numbers likewise. See, in this example we are using the same tuple. We are accessing the value which is at the index 3 and we are going to multiply it with 10 and print. We are not modifying the tuple value, we are just retrieve the value and with the value we are multiplying with 10 and we are just printing. This value will not reflect in the actual tuple. The tuple value remains the same. It is immutable, no? So we cannot make any changes in the tuple. But what we can do is we can access the values from the tuple and we can add or multiply with it and just print only. This value will not reflect in the original tuple. And the next example is we are taking two tuples. First CAA as first tuple and the second CA another tuple, and we are just concatenation, we are performing concatenation of the two tuples and the result is stored in the variable internal and we are printing that variable. We are not modifying anything, modifying the tuple, we are just concatenating two tuples and print in the output. So we get the output as the concatenation of the two tuples. Now let's move on to deleting elements in a tuple. Since the tuple is an immutable data structure, we cannot delete a single element or more than one element. But what we can do is we can delete the complete tuple at a time. We cannot delete a single element or separate elements, but we can delete the entire tuple in one using delete statement. Here the syntax to delete the entire tuple is del and we need to mention the tuple name. See, in this example we are having one tuple named numbers, and when we give del numbers means it will delete the entire tuple. Now let's move on to the nested tuples. Nested means a tuple which is defined inside the another tuple is called nested tuple. So, see in this example, the outer tuple is, it starts here and ends here. These are the inner tuples. The inner round brackets are inner tuples. So, in this example, we have three inner tuples. This is first inner tuple and this is second inner tuple and this is third inner tuple. So, the outer tuple starts here and ends here, and the first inner tuple is here, it starts here and it ends here, and this is the second inner tuple and this is third inner tuple. So the index values, how we can give the index values means the first inner tuple, the whole inner tuple is 0 and the second inner tuple has the index 1 and the third inner tuple has the index 2. So the index value of the first inner tuple is 0 and the index value of the second inner tuple is 1 and the index value of the third inner tuple is 2. So the entire inner tuple has the one index. Within the inner tuple, each element has the index value. It starts from 0 and it continues, it goes on increasing, and the second inner tuple starts with 0 and it goes on increasing, and the third inner tuple starts with 0 and it goes on increasing. So how we can access the values in the nested tuple means, we are, see here we are going to print the values which is at the index 2. So as we know, it starts from 0, the first inner tuple has the index 0 and the second inner tuple has the index value 1 and the third inner tuple has the index value 2. So the output will be the third inner tuple. Entire third inner tuple has the index 2. So the next statement will print the value in the first inner tuple, and inside the first inner tuple which has the index 2 means 0, 1, 2. So sorry, by mistake I have said it wrong. What we have mentioned is we need to print the first inner tuple, that is the inner tuple which is at the index 1. So this is the inner tuple which is at the index 1, and inside the first index index tuple we need to mention the second element, which means Suresh. It is going to print Suresh. So no confusion is needed here. Nested tuple means tuple inside another tuple is nested tuple. So when we need to access the values inside the inner tuple means we need to mention 2 index value. I hope you have understood the concept of nested tuples. Now let's move on to the another topic, methods of tuple. So what are all the other methods which we can use with the tuple means count. This count function will return the number of elements with the specified value. See, in this example we are taking one tuple, and the tuple name is fruits, and it contains 4 elements within it. So what we needed is we are going to get the count of cherry. So how many cherry values are present in the tuple means there are 2 cherry values. So it will return the output as 2. When we give the count of banana means, when we ask the count of banana means, it will give 1 because there is only one type banana in the fruits. Then the next method is index. This method will return the index of the first element with the specified value. See, we are taking the same example. Now we are asking the index of the banana. It will return the index value of the banana. We all know that the index starts from 0. So 0, 1, 2. The index of the banana is 1. So it will return the value 1. And the next method is length. This method will return the length of the list. See, the same example we are taking. How many elements are in this? Apple, banana, cherry. Only 3 elements. So the length of the tuple is 3. It will return the output as 3. Next method is minimum. It will return the minimum element which is in the list. Here in this example, the minimum value in the fruits is apple. How it will calculate which is minimum and maximum means it will use the ASCII code of the characters to find the maximum and minimum. And next method is maximum. It will return the maximum value in the given tuple. See, in this given tuple, the maximum value is cherry. So as I said earlier, it will calculate the maximum minimum using the ASCII code of the each characters. Thank you.